Is project management the most rewarding job or the most frustrating nightmare? Are you thriving or are you barely surviving in this chaos? In today's episode, we are going to uncover the actual truth. As family, we don't waste no games. We get right into it. Point number one, micromanagement will stunt growth. See, when leaders fall into the trap of micromanagement, it creates a cascade of negative effect throughout the entire organization. What happens? Here's the pyramid approach to how I look at it. First, there's a loss of trust because there's constant oversight, which signals distrust in the team's capability. Then it's the decrease in motivation. Team members lose initiative and creativity. Number three, it reduces productivity, time wasted on excessive reporting and checking in, etc., etc. Number four, my favorite, it stunts growth. You say, why is this your favorite, ED? The reason why it's my favorite is because we don't understand as a project manager, especially when you're starting off, how it can really stunt the growth of your project team. As a project continues to grow and continues to go on, the team should be growing with the project. But what tends to happen is teams never develop that independence or the confidence that's required to walk into situations to feel confident enough that they can address it, and you take that away because you're micromanaging. You're trying to show that, hey, I got this. And a lot of this, family, if I'm just going to be transparent with you, it comes from a fear. It comes from a fear of, oh, I finally got the project management role. I just finally got promoted. Now I want to prove and show that I was meant for this project manager role for a long time. And what you don't understand is the impact that it also has on your project team, not alone your stakeholders. So if you're a new project manager, you step into this role, my very first thing is you need to build these relationships with your project team as well as your stakeholders. And of course, I understand the pressure, but you need to articulate that pressure to the rest of the team to say, hey, listen, I want to be upfront with you. This is my very first project that I'm leading. I need your support. And by what I mean by needing your support, we need to keep an open line of communication. If you run into any issues, any risks, or you're falling behind on completing a task, give me the opportunity to assist you and help you. But if you do not communicate to me, I can't be what you need for me to be as the project manager for you on this particular project. Here's my actionable tip. Focus on outcomes rather than processes and empower your team by trusting them to handle their tasks while offering support when needed. Point number two, adaptability is your superpower. Message, if you're new to the episode, anytime I say message, this is something you want to tune into. This is something you want to pay attention to because it's very imperative and important that you understand when you have the ability to be adaptable. See, a lot of people get caught up in, oh, this is the way we do things and this is the way we always do things. And when you challenge it, why do we do it? That's the previous project manager done it this way, or the previous leader done it this way. Okay, but why? I need to understand your process behind why. Because if not, we need to pivot because this is not working for us. Listen, every project is unique. It brings different challenges, different stakeholders, different environments, but a project manager must be adapt to quickly shift priorities, scope changes, and unexpected obstacles. If you've ever led a project or you plan on being a project manager, I will let you know there will be obstacles. There will be about to take it to church with you. It's going to be trials and tribulations during this journey of you leading the project. But the key thing here is understanding that you may not have the answer at that time, but you need to lean on your team so you guys can work together to develop the actionable steps in order to solve that problem. Here's my actionable tip. Build a routine around self-reflection after each project. Identify what adaptations worked and what didn't work to improve your flexibility over time. Point number three, project management is about people. Message, I'm sorry, family, there's so many messages in here in today's episode, but it makes sense. See, so many people get caught up in the artifacts like the charter, which is very important, the project management plan, the schedule, all of those things are so important. I'm going to take it back to an agile, or I'm going to take it back to the values of agile. And basically, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. That doesn't mean processes and tools are not important, but we value more individuals and interactions and individuals over processes and tools. So it's important that we look at it that way because project management is about people. It is at its core, project management is not about deliverables. It's about people. What about people? We need to build trust. We need to foster collaboration. We need to also focus on a foundation of success. Here's my actionable tip. Spend time getting to know your team on a personal level. A motivated team that trusts you, boy, I tell you, they will go the extra mile. So I recommend to you, I implore upon you to take the time to schedule one-on-ones and talk about their personal life. Hey, what did you do this weekend? Not no water cooler, surface level type, what did you do? But once they tell you what they did, document it if you can't remember. Hey, this particular project team member has 2 kids, okay? He has a son and a daughter, and the son name is John, the daughter name is Jill, etc. So it is not like you're just, oh, I'm just trying to have a brief conversation with you just so I can get this over with and build this fake relationship. No, that's not what it is. You need to lean on your people. Without your people, you will not be a successful project manager. Point number 4, you will be the middleman. You are the go-between for your team, stakeholders, as well as leadership. This can be rewarding as well as it can be frustrating, especially when you got to communicate fails or expectations that clash or did not meet what you were supposed to deliver. Here's my actionable tip. Streamline communication by using central platforms like Slack, Teams, or Asana to ensure everyone is on the same page. Point number 5, embracing uncertainty is non-negotiable. There's so many, especially my new project managers, where you have a plan and you're like, yes, I got the plan. This is going to work. We're going to be moving forward. And all of a sudden, bam, out of nowhere, a resource disappears. Bam, all of a sudden now your budget has been reduced. How are you going to respond? Because you did all of this planning up front and you just knew we've covered all the risk, any potential that may flip to an issue. We got a risk response to it. And all of a sudden you didn't account for that particular risk. So no matter how much planning is done, unforeseen issues will arise. This is the most challenging aspect of project management. Here's my actionable tip. Build contingency plans and maintain a buffer in your project timeline and budget to accommodate for unexpected challenges. Point number 6, unrealistic expectations will test your patience. I'm telling you, family, you will have clients, you will have leadership, you will have stakeholders, even your project team members have unrealistic expectations, but you need to figure out a way to deliver it. So what you need to do as an actionable tip is develop the skill of managing upwards. Here's my implementation. Look, use data and clear communication to set realistic expectations early in the project cycle. Here's another tip as well. If you have an unrealistic expectation that has been placed upon you to deliver a particular project, you need to understand and do your proper due diligence to say, yes, we can deliver this project exactly on time, the way that you want it on time, but I will let you know these particular areas will be impacted, meaning we may need to add more resources to the project, which may increase the budget. So you need to have a plan when unrealistic expectations are set and present that plan to leadership so they are aware of, hey, this is what can happen. The cost may go up, the schedule, we may have to really work overtime and things of this nature. So be aware of if you get an unrealistic expectation, which you will if you choose this thing that I love, that I hope you fall in love with called project management, it will happen. Point number 7, no day is the same. This is what I get excited about because every day I go in, I know there's not going to be a day that's going to be the same. One day is going to be amazing. I'm going to be so happy to be there. And then one day, everything is just going to go left. You got people that called in, and you needed them. Or all of a sudden, again, like I said, the schedule has been compressed. Like now the client wants it sooner than what we originally agreed on. And now we got to go back and figure out from a contractual standpoint, working with legal, as well as working with the project team to figure out how we're going to be able to move this faster. So again, no day is the same, and I love it. This is why I love this profession. The dynamic nature of project management ensures a variety, but it can also feel chaotic. Here's my actionable tip. Plan for unexpected by dedicating flex time in your schedule to address last minute issues or emergencies. Point number 8, Manage conflict is a daily task. One of the things I started when I started mentoring, when I first started mentoring my first project manager, they were just getting into the field. They were actually a coordinator and they were getting ready to make that transition into a project manager. And it was interesting because they asked me, how do you deal with conflicts? I always see that you're in the thick of things when it comes to conflict. And I explained to him, I said, it's just part of the job. And if you don't have conflict on your project, that means your team is hiding something from you. And they was like, what do you mean they're hiding something? Because everybody is not going to get along or agree on everything. And it's a great thing when we do, but sometimes it takes that conflict to come out, that frustration to come out. And then once we get through it, everybody can start working it and align. It goes back to that Bruce Tuckerman model, forming, storming, norming, performing, and a journey. So be aware that don't try to avoid the conflict. Address it head on and meet it where it's at. So here's my explanation. 10 conflicts, resource allocation issues, or stakeholder disagreements, they are common. Here's my actionable tip. Use a interest-based relationship approach or relation approach. And here's my implementation. Resolve conflicts by focusing on a mutual gain and maintaining a professional relationship. Here's my bonus. So I couldn't leave you without this. Embracing the project management journey. I'm going to give you three, and then I'm going to close with my transformational remarks. Number one, reflect on the experience. This is a journey, family. I know that we want to get in, especially if you're a coordinator or you're making a transition from a different career into project management, but this is a journey. Some people get lucky and have the opportunity to become project managers overnight with no experience, never even been part of a project, etc., no certifications, but that's not you. Because you want to regularly assess your project management journey and learn from the both successes as well as the challenges. And number two, well, I'm coming with this, seek mentorship. Again, seek mentorship. Connect with experienced project managers to gain valuable insights and guidance. Family, I don't know why people want to go at this alone, where there are people out here, if you're willing to be coachable, again, that's key. Because see, a lot of people don't want to be coachable. If a mentor is telling you, hey, I think you should do this. Matter of fact, I recommend you do this because if you don't do this, let me show you what the other side is. You have to be coachable. Don't connect with a mentor if you're unwilling to be coachable. So connect with the experienced project managers to gain that valuable insight and guidance. And most of all, stay passionate. Remember why you chose project management and let the passion drive your continuous improvement. Can you tell that I'm passionate about this thing that I love, that I hope you fall in love with, called project management? If you can't, then I haven't done my job full enough. I am super passionate about this because there's so many aspects. It's not just you're constantly learning. You have to learn to stay above and to be able to be that project manager that you want to be. Here's my three transformational remarks. Number one, there is no day that's the same. So my actionable tip was plan for unexpected by dedicating flex time in your schedule to address last minute issues or emergencies. Number two, embracing uncertainty is non-negotiable. Build contingency plans and maintain a buffer in your project timeline and budget to accommodate unexpected challenges. And number three, project management is about people. Family, mastering about the understanding that project management is about people. Spend time to get to know them on a personal level, and your team will learn to trust you more. As my mom would say, if you're willing to get in the fight with them, they're willing to fight with you long term. Family, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, listen, that just simply means Ed. Until next time.